Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery. This is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. I am a Colourarte affiliate. You can find a 20% off Colourarte coupon code in the description underneath the video, right near the 10% off Pixel Paint Designs coupon code that will get you Australian Floetrol. Anyway, so I have some Colourarte products, starting with Violet Opal, which is, I believe, a primary element, but you might want to check. And I'm going to give myself some strange configurations of color just to get a base layer down. This is Periwinkle, this is a Vivid Intense. This is Prussian Violet. This is a primary element. This is some African Violet, hopefully it'll come out. And it's basically, I'm basically using my canvas as a palette. This is some Midnight Shadow. Love that that's coming out. These are colors I picked beforehand. This is Black Raspberry. This is a primary Prizm pour. You can check under the video to see if I included the colors. This is Water Lily that is not open, which is too bad because I really want some. There are some very sharp tweezers on my Amazon. Like, I guarantee that you will love having them if you buy some. Water Lily is a Prizm pour. This is Parrot Wing, I think, yep. There's a little bit of Wild Orchid. Doesn't have to make any sense at all for me right now. This is Frosted Berry, which I basically use because it's a light color and it allows me to put darker, well, use something like Rhapsody Rose, which is a primary element, right on top of it, and it'll show up better. I'm going to use some Chantilly lace. I'm going to save colors that might mix badly or poorly for a little while later. This is Poinsettia. And once I see how these look, then I'll decide how much, if any, I want more. I've got some more interference. I've got Interference Blue, which is not open, but will be in a minute. Yep, there we go. Also an Interference Red. These things may or may not show up anyway. I'm thinking they will on the black parts, but maybe not elsewhere. So that's enough for me to want to start. I'm going to find a place to put some colors back down so I don't have them all in my way when I want to spin my canvas. This is the white. I wanted to kind of make areas. I don't know if that makes any sense. I wanted to just cover a significant amount of ground. And it's not unlikely that I will borrow some colors. That makes me want some Midnight or some Blue Velvet. There's some stuff in there I don't want in there. I'll have to grab my tweezers in a little while. I really have no plan other than to cover spaces with color, figuring that I can always use whatever I start with as a base layer And I can always move color from my spatula to some other zone. And I like the streaks. I like combining colors. That's the Frosted Berry with the Rhapsody Rose. It's a great combination. I don't usually know how far a color will go to cover, but that's okay. Because part of the reason to use a black canvas is so I have the availability to scrape up and create texture from the background. I had no idea how far the colors will go. And of course that was one of those interference elements that I've now polluted with blue, but okay, never mind. We're going to find out the hard way, or the easy way, or whatever way it is. And it might be the perfect opportunity for me to try some clashing, well, not clashing, some extremely dramatic color changes. I'm just picking up color from one spot and putting it in another, using the residuals on my spatula. And in some cases it changes things a lot. And then I want to use probably some white. I might even use that canvas. Put some white down, dip my tongue depressor in there. In the meantime, while the colors are still wet, I might want to choose to add some new colors. I'm thinking, strangely enough, some Big Apple. Or take the color areas that I like. I think this was Prussian Violet right here. And use some more of whatever I like the most. I haven't used any gold. I have silver too, which I kind of thought might be a better choice this time. I almost have my canvas covered with color, which is kind of neat that that worked out that way. I don't know how long the paint will stay wet. That is a factor. And I definitely want to try some gold. Mostly I'm thinking orange, but I'm not saying it out loud because it freaks me out. I think I might have to start with wiping off my spatula. I got myself gave myself a Christmas present of fresh studio rags. And they actually stayed wet since yesterday. So I've got this space down in here, and I've got Big Apple. And it's kind of scary to use because it's so perfectly red. But I'm really tempted to get the top open and give it a try. Because it definitely counts as a rogue element. And it's on a black canvas, so chances are it'll just darken right up. But I like that. Alright, let's grab the saffron. Of course, what I think is, if I don't move paint too far from the place that I start it with, and I keep my spatula clean in between, it'll probably cover okay. I really do like how the Big Apple looked. I really do want to wipe that off, in spite of the fact that I definitely love to use residuals. Now I've got that extra paint, or I just put it down. kind of craving some light pink, which might be alright, I think. Just to add some highlights to the areas. I'm not minding any of this. There's probably a lot more shapes than I anticipated. I'm going to grab some orange crush, which is also plugged, but I've been lucky so far that the plugs in the top are just very, very little grains. I got it. I also wound up dropping a piece of that on my canvas. Do I want this? I do. So I'm going to wipe it right off. Clean my spatula again. Do I want some yellow? I kind of want some Tuscan Sun. Which is something would just naturally, oh, I got a naturally occurring dot. I would just generally expect the yellow to turn blue. I mean green. That's funny. At least it's funny to me. And I do like yellow and blue together, so it's nice to find out if I can do that. So far so good. It's definitely a geometric. It's just kind of different than the way I used to do them. And I'm still thinking about that frosted berry I talked about. Still going to wind up with some green somewhere. I like gradiating little patches of oddness and mixing in strange shapes. But when it starts to get too gray, I'm going to want it to go away. I think I want something really bright up there, and I haven't put any jasmine in this today. But it's never too late to start. I don't think it'd be that hard to call this done pretty quick, but I don't want it to be over yet, so I'm going to try some black. I have a little bottle. Let's see if I can get the tag out of the top. Come on, cooperate. Oh. Okay, well that was a lot darker than I was anticipating, but that's okay. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Anyway. At least I hope not. Should be able to motivate it with the spatula to move, or make adjustments at least. I like using my spatula to scrape paint. I keep threatening the frosted berry and then I don't do anything with it. I've got a playing card. And I've got a graduated tool and a toothy tool. The toothy tool is probably next. Oh yeah. I haven't tried the gradiated tool on one of these geometrics. I think I might want some more Big Apple. Maybe this time use my card instead. Yeah, it's going to look like a city again, I can tell. The thing I like about the card is you can pick up a nice thin little bit of paint. And make it go quite far. I'm still anxious to try some white. And I might be very interested in putting a little bit of sour lemon in with Orange Crush. But I have paint on my spatula that I don't want to use up. I don't want to waste. So I think I'm going to throw that spatula in the bucket rather than try and clean it right now. I'm going to wipe my card off. I've got another minute to play before I have to decide what I'm going to do. And I've got Chantilly lace, which is not what I originally planned, but that's okay. I'd like to see what Chantilly lace looks like anyway. And it's either more Tuscan Sun or the sour lemon. Alright, I'm going to turn on the other light because I'm not done playing yet. I probably could call it, but I'm not. I'm just going to give myself permission to go overboard today. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I'm back. I had a card a moment ago. I wanted to put some Tuscan Sun. I'm just going to put it right on this painting's plastic cover and hope that I can get away with it. And I've got a toothy tool which is just snipped in teeth and then folded them back. And just rest them because I wanted some little gold boxes, and that's what I'm getting. Well, partials anyway, but that definitely makes the eye move around inside the painting a little better. So I'm going to take the rest of that color, try and convince myself it's okay to use it different places. And I'm really hoping that I can avoid going too crazy, because then it'll become very busy. I want some more orange crush. I want to try the graduated tool. I want a certain amount of balance. If I don't use that tool soon, I won't get to use it at all. Maybe I shouldn't use it. I want to try. Pretty subtle blue over black. That's kind of cool. I like it. I'll try and remember to include the link for this. Somebody gifted me, but I found them on michaels.com. I also love the fact that I can use the residuals from the previous stroke in the next space. Kind of want to do something with this. Not sure exactly what. I think no matter what I do, I need a smaller card than I've got right now, but I see that there is one right here. There's a couple of them. That's about perfect, except for the cat hair, or the my hair, whatever hair it is. And my shiny taffeta is closed. Well, if it'll come up and easily, we'll use it, and if it won't, I'll use the sour lemon with orange crush. Sometimes it's just the tiniest little impedance in the top. And then steal a little paint from somewhere else just to mess it up a little. Where's that big apple? It makes such a striking statement. So wherever I start that color, just bring some of it somewhere else. Yeah, I like that. Not as sure about that, but I don't mind it either. Thinking African Violet, if I put it away. That was Wild Orchid. To it. I think I'm almost done. I really do. But we'll see. We'll see in a minute. Wherever I put color, that's my opportunity every time to use it in other places. Oh, I just stole all that color away. That was not my intention. It does look pretty balanced so far, I have to say. At least to me. I thought I would use the tongue depressor to make some marks. And I still could, but I'm not that inclined anymore. That was the big apple. This is the jasmine. I do love mark making. I have not done enough of it to say that I'm an expert at it by any stretch of the imagination. But I would encourage you, if you like dipping and dabbing and scraping, that this is something you might like to do. That's interference green. I wonder what that would be like. I don't have any green in there. Might be tempting fate. Let's tempt fate. So that's going to dry clear and not white. So that ought to be very interesting. And if I put enough of it around, then when it catches the light, it'll just create a sensation of more interest, different areas. Kind of wondering if I want some white. I think I've had enough of the blue. Not 100% sure though. Especially now that I'm looking at this place where the graduated marks were. I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm sure somebody's going, how do you know when to stop? And I guess you don't. And my theory is that even if I screwed up at this stage, I could still come back tomorrow and fix it. And so I give myself a break. I haven't used any of the sour lemon with orange crush, and I want to. I want to go easy to start with because I don't know what it's going to be like. I didn't really love it. I think it does just as well to use the... There we go, that's better. But I don't like it over there, that's for sure. And I don't have enough saffron. I have this color I made up with saffron and mine gold. And it dries beautifully. And it's a whole new color addition. It's very light pale coppery. Being called something over here, and I'm wondering if I could use some Indian spice gold. I could if it were open. Wow, this did not used to be the case. Well, I got 20 bottles to open. I think that's it. Somebody's going, you always say that. And you're right. But I'm going to try and call it it. Although I still want black sticks. Okay, I'm going to get a couple colors out of the way. And give myself the opportunity to screw it up. There's my black. I could use a playing card too. I don't necessarily need... I said what I wanted was white, didn't I? And then I didn't do that. But for right now I want black. On the short side too. Still want white. It's a little hard to see right now. We've got quite a bit of reflection going on. It's just that time of year when you don't have any choice. You have to use lights if you're going to work in the afternoon. That's a lot of black. I'm not sure I like that part at all. Take some of that away. Put it back again. Alright, I'm going to do the white and then I'm going to call it good. I hope. Maybe. And I'd like that cat hair that keeps getting stuck to my finger to be gone. It's probably dog hair actually. Alright, this is unnerving for sure. Less than uniform marks add a lot of interest. If you think I'm not afraid of going overboard, you're wrong. I'm definitely afraid of that. But I don't find that fear is actually that useful. It usually just makes it harder to work. So I try and believe whatever happens is something that can be utilized at another stage. I'd like to teach myself to be free and go for it and allow things to become as dynamic as they want to. And it's kind of getting that to where it feels better. I find if I start out giving myself ultimate permission to mess up, it feels less likely as dangerous. Just feels less dangerous, shall we say. There, I'm sure I've used up most of my time. That's pretty interesting. And I'm still having fun, and hopefully it's still fairly interesting. I know I'm sounding redundant even to myself. All right, I'm calling it. I think I'm going to grab a little more black. First. I don't want things to look too evenly spaced. I want something to be a little odd. So, I have 33 playlists, or nearly 30. I'm working on 33 playlists of 100 videos each. I appreciate the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. You might help save it. Those of you who are members, you are saving it. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to those of you who use the PayPal link or the Patreon link. I think that must be around somewhere. I don't know which side is up. I don't even know if it's my favorite painting yet or not. I don't know if I'm going to come back tomorrow and do some more to it. But we'll see. I know that that little white stripe there needs to be diffused a little. With some black. There I go. So I'm completely distracted now. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, my couple of websites, all on the link tree. I do sell my artwork. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. When you watch longer, you tell the YouTube algorithm the only one thing that matters to it, that you like my videos when you watch them longer. Everything can be reproduced. I'm forgetting everything. Questions are welcome and encouraged. My community board will show you tomorrow's video. I post at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you much, and I'm going to do another painting. And this might get some lighter colors tomorrow. We'll see what it looks like. You guys take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. It's Christmas Eve for me, so Happy New Year, because by the time you see this, it probably will be. I love you all. You inspire me always. Take care of each other. Bye for now. I'll see you anon. Priscilla out.